Imagine you want to run for president, but instead of getting campaign ads and rallies, you get told you don't even belong on the ballot. That's exactly what happened to Juan Ollesca. Hi everyone, I'm Mara, and this is Law for the Common People.
Thanks, Mara. I'm attorney JFM, and today we're diving into what happens when a regular citizen like Juan tries to take a shot at the highest office and the law tries to shut the door. This is democracy on trial.
Just to set the table, folks, Juan Ollesca wasn't a billionaire or a dynasty member. He filed as an independent and soon got tagged by COMELEC as a nuisance candidate. Is this just about resources, or is something bigger at play here?
That's what makes this story so important. The law can't just treat you as a joke because you're not famous or wealthy. Today, we'll unpack what happened to Juan, what a nuisance candidate really means, and how this legal fight reached the Supreme Court.
So, stick around. We'll cover Juan's battle, the legal snags with his filing, what the courts decided, and why this matters to every Filipino's right to dream big. Let's get into it.
When COMELEC labeled Juan as a nuisance candidate, they basically said, you don't have money, you're not well known, so you're not serious. That's a huge accusation for someone just wanting to serve.
Calling someone a nuisance feels like swatting away a fly. It's harsh, especially when their only crime is not being rich or connected. But legally, what does it take to be considered a nuisance in elections?
Legally, it's supposed to be about intent. If someone files just to cause confusion or make a mockery of the process, that's grounds for disqualification. But the danger comes when lack of money gets lumped in as proof of not being serious.
So it's almost like the system is saying, no money, no chance. That sounds like an invisible wall for most people. But I'm curious, has this happened to others before Juan?
Absolutely, Mara. COMELEC has a pattern every election season. They push out lesser-known candidates using pretty much the same arguments. Juan wasn't the first, but he pushed back in court.
He claimed this was like imposing a property qualification. For those tuning in, that's basically a rule where only the rich get to play, right?
Exactly. In older times, only landowners could vote or serve in office. Our Constitution rejects that, saying leaders don't need wealth, just genuine intent. Juan had pledges of support and a real plan, but the system ignored that because he wasn't a household name.
It makes me think, how many voices have we lost because people assumed they didn't matter? Juan's case goes beyond him. It's about who gets to stand for public office, period.
This is where it got technical. COMELEC tried to kill Juan's appeal over a 1-minute delay literally. They said he filed at 5:01 p.m. instead of 5. Plus, a fee wasn't paid right on the dot.
That honestly sounds like they were looking for any excuse to block him. In the real world, 1 minute could just be a slow internet connection.
Exactly my point. The Supreme Court agreed, especially today, when digital filing is common, the exact second shouldn't decide your fate. And with the fee, the court said you can't just kill a case over a timing technicality. They should have simply asked him to pay ASAP before proceeding.
So, the law showed some humanity there. It's not just about rigid deadlines, it's about making sure people get a fair shot.
Even though the election was over, the Supreme Court still took the case. They said, this pattern keeps happening, so let's set things straight for the future. The future.
And what a message they sent. They ruled in Juan's favor, saying the COMELEC had committed grave abuse of discretion. It's powerful they separated intent to run from ability to fund a campaign.
Right. The court made it clear. Being poor, independent, or unknown does not make you a nuisance. COMELEC needs actual proof that someone is trying to mess with the system, not just guess based on your finances or fame.
That must have felt like a huge relief for so many regular folks who dream of running but fear being shut down.
This decision is bigger than one person. It secures everyone's right to run for office. If only the wealthy or famous can be candidates, then democracy isn't real. The court drew a line and said, "The door stays open."
It's honestly inspiring. The law should protect people's aspirations, not just their property. For anyone listening and feeling invisible or powerless, Juan's story proves you can challenge the system and win.
Exactly. This is a reminder that your voice counts, even when the odds seem stacked against you. The law is a tool for justice, not just a gatekeeper. Juan proved that fighting back matters.
And it makes me wonder, maybe the next Juan will be someone listening right now. That's the kind of hope the law should give us.
So, before we wrap, let's hit 3 big takeaways. First, the right to run for office isn't about wealth or fame. Second, technicalities shouldn't be used to shut out candidates. Third, even after an election, the courts can step in to protect the rules for everyone.
Absolutely. And if there's one thing you can do after hearing this, it's to support transparency and fairness in your local elections. Watch how candidates are treated and speak up when you see injustice.
Thanks for joining us on this legal journey. If today's story opened your eyes or gave you hope, share this episode so more people know their rights. Together, we make democracy stronger.
And remember, this isn't legal advice, just a push to get you thinking. Reach out to a professional if you have your own legal challenge. We'll be back soon with another real-life case, so stay wise, stay curious, and see you next time. Again, this is Mara, and with me is attorney JFM. Bye.